guys, it's Carrie, the Invisible Goddess. Welcome back to the Invisible Goddess podcast. This is episode 4. Today is Sunday, December 7th. Shit, I don't know what day it is. Let me check. Today is Sunday, December 6th, and we're going to start off with works in progress and acquisitions, because I can't show you my work in progress without showing you my 2 acquisitions. So first, what bag are we in? I decided to actually use one of my project bags. I'm very happy about that. It is holiday themed because, it's December. And inside, let's start off with an acquisition. So inside, I put a couple stitch markers, bulb stitch markers. You guys remember a couple podcasts ago, I had bought, you didn't know it was 500, but I bought 500 bulb stitch markers off of Amazon. I did get them. I have no idea where I put them, and I really wanted to, start doing projects that needed them, so I just reordered them. I think they were $5.99, and I reordered the same thing. So I put a couple of them on, just hit my elbow on the chair, put a couple of them on a hook, because I'm not sure how many I'll need for the project. And the project gets into a second acquisition, which is, you can see I'm using a stitch marker, but its second acquisition is a 9-inch circular needle. To quote Ray, 9-inch circular needles. It's not the same when I do it because I don't have a microphone plugged in. You know what? I have another acquisition. Hold, please. So let's try this again. So my acquisition, I got a lavalier mic. It was pretty cheap. It was definitely under $10. I'll put a photo here. But this is what I got. I'm going to do a little test. Turn it off. Turn the computer. So you're saying turn the computer off. Turn the phone off and see how it sounds. If it's any better. If it's not any better, I'm not going to use it. But if it is better, then I should probably use it, right? 9-inch circular needles. Nine-inch circular needles. I should probably have tested this before. But who wants to do something like that? Also, wow, you guys didn't know I actually broke my thumb a couple years ago, about 5 years ago, so that little pinching motion is a bit challenging. But again, I don't know if this is going to sound any better. I probably could talk louder, but it sounded like, I think my audio sounded fine before I plugged this in. So let's do another test and take it out. I don't actually think the microphone sounds bad at all. I do think it sounds better like right here rather than, next to my shirt. So I'm not going to use it this time. I can see if I get into tutorials or anything like that it might be beneficial for voiceovers and things like that. But like I said, it was less than $10, and it was let's invest in this channel. So that's what I did. Back to my work in progress. I am using 100% wool. I'm gonna call it sock yarn because that's what I'm making, and it looks more fluffy or thicker than it is, because once you pull it, it's pretty thin, and that's, I think I counted 15 rows, which is about where I want to stop. The pattern actually calls for 20, but I think 15 is going to be just fine, and I'm going to start knitting. So this is 1x1 rib to make the cuff of the sock, and then you knit for 60 rows. The pattern that I'm using uses a heel flap and gusset, but I've heard about afterthought heels, so I think I'm gonna look up a tutorial on that, and I think it basically means you you do cuff down. I guess you could actually go either way, but I'm doing cuff down. So you go cuff down, knit the entire thing all the way down to the toe, finish off your toe, and then come back and put your heel in, which the heel flap and gusset looks pretty scary to me right now, so I think I'm just gonna keep knitting to see if I can tolerate it. My hands don't hate it, but I don't know if I'm gonna actually become a sock knitter or not. So just having fun with yarn. So that's what's on the needles. And they're so tiny. Oh my goodness. Again, that's in one of my Christmas sock bags, also known as Christmas dice bag. But I thought it would be perfect for sock knitting, and it is. Like, it's a 50-gram ball, which, again, I'm just getting started with the sock knitting, but everybody I see, they use 50-gram balls, so perfect size. There's a cat that's about to join us. It is Missy, because Minnie is up in this bin behind us that you can't see, or in front of us. Behind the camera, in front of me. Oh, I forgot. The Chagu, however you say it, size 1, 2.25 millimeter needle was also an acquisition. If you guys are watching Vlogmas, you already know that I got it. But I figured, let's just get one, see how we do with it. If I decide I want to become a knitter, because I'm primarily a crocheter. Come on. Come on. Come here. Come on. You gonna get on my lap or what? Do not mess with my food. I'm very hungry, and which you can't see off camera. I mean, the cat's over there right now, but you can't see her about to flip over my lunch. I have a salad on my radiator, and she wants to look out the window. So go ahead and look out the window. So yeah, Chagu size 1 needle, 2.25 millimeters. If I end up liking it, I want to get the interchangeable set with the shorty tips, the super cheap. The super cheap needles that I bought over the summer, I do like them, but one set has longer tips than the other, and I prefer the shorter one, so I think I'm going to go with the the Childgoose shorties if I decide that I want to invest. It's like, I think I've seen it anywhere from like $90 to $120, so it's an investment. Cruising right along, if you've been following along with Vlogmas, you'll know that I've gotten a lot done in the last fortnight. So let's get on with it. I made the oldest niece's boyfriend a football hat. I had asked for suggestions of what to make him, and just said something about a tiger. I think it's his school mascot. And I said no. And she talked about a football. So that's what I went with. And you'll see that I made him another football thing. So this is, it's Red Heart Super Saver. Emily, when I helped her clean up her craft room, she gave me a whole bunch of yarn that I didn't show. I guess that's another acquisition that I got. Almost a full skein of Red Heart Super Saver Brown was in there. It didn't have a ball band. If you use yarn by feel, you can pretty much narrow down what yarn you're using if you've been doing it long enough. It's Red Heart Super Saver, which I have no problem using acrylic yarn. So that is the base of the hat. The white is 2 strands held together of probably a fingering weight white scrap that I had, and then I just top stitched the. If you ever held a football, they have this on the top, and I think it's to help you with your grip or something. I never played football. I played softball. So anyway, so that's the hat. And then for my niece's mom, so let me back up a little bit. The majority of these children are blood related to me. They are not my nieces though. My sister doesn't have kids. My cousin married my best friend. So her kids would have been my nieces regardless. So my second cousins are who I'm actually talking about. So it's my cousin's kids. So anyway, my cousin's wife, my best friend, that's who this is for. And I know she doesn't mess with YouTube, so she's not watching this. But it's NFBOMB. I don't know how Facebook feels. YouTube. I'm on YouTube, not Facebook. Well, I'm on Facebook too. Find me over on Facebook. I don't know how they feel about that word, so I just spelled it out. But you know what it is. So for this, yep, you can kind of see in this light, it's Red Heart Super Saver. It's the same white as the football hat that you just saw. And you can see it's 2 different colors, different dye lots. I don't really care. She's not going to care. And then I used, I keep the smallest of scraps, my jar of scraps, and I keep them just for projects like this. There's no telling when I can use it. And if it gets too full and I want to get rid of it, what I do with my scraps when I want to get rid of them, whether it's sewing yarn, whatever, sewing fabric, whether it's fabric or yarn or what have you, I give them to a teacher friend's, or I give them to a teacher friend to give to the art teacher at her school. Everything's virtual right now, so thankfully I don't feel a need to get rid of it yet. So yep, that's another finished object, and you can see it's a little wonky, but it's also flat. My hand's not flat, but it's also flat, so it'll sit. I'm sure her kids will be throwing it at each other. Let's see. So I told you guys I wasn't going to talk about these, so this will be the last time that I talk about them because they are in my finished project bag. Maybe if I ever do a room tour, I'll show you where I keep my finished projects in anticipation of the podcast. But apparently I made quite a bit of them, or I finished quite a bit of them. I have 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 Grandma's Favorite Dishcloth. I did not cast on another one. I made myself not do it. I made myself do some other projects. I cast on the sock instead. Can't say I'm never going to knit another washcloth, dishcloth, whatever you want to call them. But maybe just once a month, once a quarter, once a year, maybe I'll show them to you. Because I know it can get boring with the same project each time. I lied. Look at that. The little wonky one that I told you I screwed up on and I started decreasing. You can really see how much I screwed it up. I finished this one too. But it's kind of wonky, but it'll be fine to clean your face. When I talked about the oldest niece's boyfriend and making something for him. Oh, I guess I showed that to you guys last time. I thought it was still in the bag. The football that I made last time, and I talked about the team that changed its name. So I'm about to show you another bag I made out of fabric that I already had to go to his towards his Christmas gifts. Because the girls like the bags that I make for them, so he can use it for something, get rid of it, throw it, I don't care. I like making stuff. So I made a tote bag. Nice big long handles. It is yellowy gold inside. No pocket on this side. A double pocket on this side. You can see right there. So that's like cell phone size, and then whatever you want over there. Real plain. And then she's still at home. They're both in college, but he's away at college in a different state. She's at home at community college. And Mom told her that they're 4 girls. They have to share a bathroom. Mom told her that she can't keep her fancy face stuff and body stuff in the bathroom because her little sisters will use it. So cut to the chase and just don't do it. So she said, Aunt Carrie, I don't have enough room in the bag you gave me last year, which is where she's hauling her crap back and forth. Could you please make me another bag? So I did. I need to put the strings in it, but other than that, it's done. So it's the same yellow. It says shark crossing. The drawstring gets fed through here and down here. The pattern that I'm using is from Owl Bee Sewing, so OWL, like Who Brings Harry His Mail. and it has, so I think I did it differently on the front. I sew down, so you actually have 4 pockets. There's one, like this is the inside, so the pocket over on this side, pocket over on this side. A little bit easier to show over here. So front, back. So you got 4 pockets. To put her stuff in. So now that I figured out that I haven't actually finished this, I need to put some string in here. Rope. Yeah, put some rope in here when I am done filming. So the next thing is face masks, which we'll be talking about in the next segment too. So you can kind of see, can you? Yeah, I have 2 different sizes. So I made 4 of this one. Might even be 5. I don't quite remember. They're downstairs. I took them out to show somebody that I'll talk about in the next segment. But I made 2 little ones for the littlest nieces, 6 and 8. And then I made, I don't know, 4 or 5 of this one, large size. And again, they both have Valentine's fabric on the inside. 2 more finished objects, and then we're going to move on to what am I going to work on next. So if you have delicate sensibilities, you might want to skip forward to edit and carry, put a timestamp here. But if you don't care about potentially offensive things, keep on watching. Did you leave? Are you ready? It's actually pretty cool, I think. I don't know. So I know a couple people who have their medical card. I am in Maryland. Certain things, use your imagination, are decriminalized, but not available recreationally yet. But I know a couple people who have their medical cards. You figured out what I'm talking about yet? Give you a minute. Not a minute. 5 seconds. Edit and carry. I made joints. I made crochet joints. I made a little one and a big one. I think they are hilarious. I mean, horrible influence. So I made a little one, and it's out of scraps. So Red Heart Super Saver. Actually, this is not Red Heart Super Saver. I do not know what it is. It's pretty scratchy. The gray is Red Heart Super Saver. Heather gray, and then the rolling paper. The white part is the same white scraps that I used on the previous projects. So that's the little one. And then which I made first. And then I thought, you know what? I want to make another one. But my hands didn't want to cooperate with something little. So I made a big one. This is Red Heart Super Saver. I can feel the difference. Again, the heather gray and the who knows what it is white scrap. I didn't use a pattern, so you can kind of see it's wonky. Let me talk about that. When I say I don't use patterns, I mean that I can't read written crochet patterns. I learned to crochet when I was 8, and it was following along with somebody. I learned from a lefty. If you ever see me crochet, it's kind of weird. It's upside down and backwards is the best way to describe it, which maybe you'll see if I ever do a tutorial. So I can't read patterns. I can follow along on YouTube. If somebody is showing me and like telling me where to put it, that sounded dirty, telling me where to put the hook and what type of stitch to do, that is basically the only way I can follow a pattern. But I like to figure out how to construct things. So when I say I didn't follow a pattern, I looked at somebody else's work and went, okay, I need to increase here, I need to decrease there, and you can see it's, this part is a little wonky, and I did a pretty good taper there. But that part makes it fun for me. So those are our finished objects. And I'm actually pretty happy to be able to put those in the correct Christmas bags, Christmas presents. They are taking up a whole lot of space on my dining room table, and I mailed off all my out-of-state family, but I have a lot of people in state that I will be dropping off gifts to. So that brings us to, what do I hope to accomplish in the next fortnight? I still have a bunch of Christmas presents that I'm trying to make. Just realized it looks like I'm sitting funny. I have my arm up. So I have a couple Christmas presents still left to make. I need to make a tea cozy. That doesn't sound right. I need to make a I still need to make a tea caddy for my big boss at work. I mean, I don't have to. She doesn't know that I'm planning on making her something, so I could just not do it. But like I said, I like to make stuff, and I have the fabric for it, so it's still on the list. I probably will end up doing the niece's stuff first, just in case I run out of steam. So I have this fabric with coffee and teacups, hot beverages, let's call it that. And I thought that would be perfect. So now that I'm thinking about it, on top of the tea caddy, tea wallet, is that tea wallet probably makes more sense for what it actually is. So it's a little book where there's a couple tea bags on one side, and then sugar, lemon, and honey on the other side. So I got just lemon, which I will insert here. And then I also got honey packets. And the honey packets are what made me think of this. So I think I'll also make her a cup cozy because I have a pattern for that. And actually one of my better sellers. So people seem to like them. Yeah. And for packaging, I actually have coffee mugs, like travel coffee mugs, so I might just put everything in there if it fits, and drop it off at her house because she lives only one town over. It's a 15-minute drive. So that's the first thing I need to do. And for nieces 3 and 4, 15 and 18 years old, I'm planning on making makeup bags. I had niece number 3 pick out the initial that she, I mean, it's her first initial, but pick out the design of the initial because I'm going to personalize it. I haven't decided if I'm going to do Cricut heat transfer vinyl, if I'm going to do a fabric applique with the initial on it. And then the other thing that I asked her was, give me two of your favorite colors, and she picked pink and purple. So this is the fabric that I have pulled out for her. I'm still trying to figure out what makes things focus and what doesn't. So that's the purple that I have. And this is the pink. It's kind of, I don't know, would you guys consider these mandalas, whatever the proper term is? I say that a lot, don't I? Don't know the terms for a lot of things. And I do not want to be offensive. But this feels like it should be like sari fabric. Not the feel, but the look of it. That's what it looks like to me. So that's for niece number 3. I said that wrong. I guess she's actually niece number 2. She's the 3rd oldest, though. And then for the oldest niece, which is who I was calling niece number 4, she's actually niece number 1. Like you guys care. Anyway, she also likes kitty cats like her second youngest sister. And I have this orange and gray, light gray, off-white fabric. It's fleece, which probably isn't the best choice, but I think I might go with it anyway because I like it. One of her favorite colors is orange, so I usually use this hippie bohemian fabric for her stuff, but I'm getting real low on it, and I like the fabric for me. So we're going to use this for another makeup bag. And then finally, I have on my Facebook business page, I posted, tomorrow's the last day. This is earlier in the week. It's already over. Tomorrow's the last day to place a custom order for Christmas. Hit me up. So I have 4. The order is for 5, but one of them is already made. So I have to make 4 extra large masks before Christmas. I'm actually off on Tuesday, so if I don't get it done over this, the rest of today, then I will get it done on Tuesday. And the person is local. I actually played Pathfinder with him, and he lives in Baltimore. He's through the tunnel, but I'm leaning towards delivering them just to not mess around with the post office at this current time. Like I said, I got see the kitty cat now. I got my Christmas gifts out to my family, and I know that a lot of them have already been delivered, so I feel good, and I'd rather not ship anything if I can get away with it until after Christmas. She's sticking her head in my water. There we go. I don't have a place to put my water though. Oh, she moved. So, yeah, 4 extra large masks I need to make, and didn't didn't realize this fabric was as thick as it is. That's fine. It's actually good for masks. So we have some religious fabric. I had originally bought this to make a tote bag for my aunt to take to her Bible study. And I'll eventually still do that. But we're going to make some masks out of it. Maybe I'll make some masks for my aunt and uncle. And they're, I want to say preacher. That's not the right term. I believe he's a pastor. So maybe I'll make some for his pastor, their pastor too, and maybe for mine too. And then he also picked out this. You guys hear the alarm going off? Car alarm? Oop, somebody reset it. So anyway, he picked these little crosses. I'll figure it out eventually, guys. Again, this fabric, it's actually Easter fabric. WMFQ19EAS1A. Easter crosses. So this is a Walmart fat quarter that was out for Easter. So I will make one of those. And then he also picked a winter themed one with a Christmas tree and a reindeer, and we have a snowman on the other side. So that's what I have planned. I think I'm going to use this stuff as my liner because I have a bunch of it. I want to call it a poplin, but I don't even know what a poplin is, so I have to look up to see if that is right. But it's the dark blue doesn't have this wave in it. This is stretchy, but the white part does. And it does not stretch this direction. It stretches that direction. This is hand-me-down scraps from Emily, my friend that gave me the fabric when I helped her clean up her craft room. She gave me this fabric last year. I think I might have helped her clean up her craft room last year too. Oh, no. I think I got this when she was showing me how to use her serger. Yes. Did you guys stay to the end? Thank you. I'm trying to get better, trying to show you guys interesting things. Part of the reason why I'm doing this podcast is because I'm stuck making the same things. So maybe if somebody's watching what I make, I might want to make some, different things. Once I get over all this sewing that I need to do, I will probably go back to just making, knit and crochet items for a little while. I can be much lazier when I make them and just, watch TV while I'm doing it and not actually have to sit in an uncomfortable chair. The chair that I'm sitting in right now, which is my cozy crochet chair, is just that. It's cozy, but where I sew, it's literally on a folding chair, probably from IKEA. One of my former tenants left it. And I thought, okay, I can use that. It's cushy, so it's not a metal chair seat, but it's still not comfortable. It's not great for my back. And knit and crochet is my winter thing. So, but anyway, thank you for joining me. I was just about to go into being Bunny. If you're not a subscriber and you'd like to be, hit that notification bell, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. But yeah, if you're at all interested, I would love for you to subscribe. Down here somewhere. Maybe here. Oh, I learned how to do an end card. How about right? Oh, it's flipped. Right here. Subscribe right here. Did you click the button yet? Do it. Want to see more shenanigans? Here's a recommendation for you. You want more Vlogmas? Here's a link to the fuck. Here's a link to the Vlogmas playlist. All right. Peace out, homies. Bye. Just showing you guys a little behind the scenes. Missy is up on a box. And then, I don't know if you can actually see it, but Minnie's little ears are sticking up right there because she's being a good girl and she spent the entire podcast in that tote. So pretty happy about it. Such pretty girls. You can see the other mount that I got also. And those are my super fantastic lighting rig. Alright, now I have to go edit this podcast. And that's probably going to be it for today. No, I'll probably also trace and cut my my projects so I can actually do some sewing Monday or Tuesday. I'm off on Tuesday, so maybe then. All right, bye guys.